Ladies and gentlemen, I'm the one and only DJ Storms, and tomorrow night, live on the WWE Network, two men will step inside a Punjabi prison and do battle for the world crown of SmackDown Live. Also, two men will battle in a match where only one flag will wave in victory. Apart from that, championships are on the line, rivalries will come to a head, and Philadelphia will be made into a battleground. But before the Punjabi prison is lowered, before it's time to put the championships on the line, before it's time to wave a flag in victory, it's time for the rundown! Thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another video right here on YouTube.com. You already know who I am, Mr. Controversy himself, DJ Storms. This is the official rundown for WWE SmackDown Live exclusive pay-per-view BattleGround, the final pay-per-view before the biggest event of the summer, SummerSlam, which will be streaming live on the WWE Network tomorrow night from the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Pre-show starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, as usual. I'm going to go over each and every single match, give you my preview, my predictions, and my analysis, as I always do. This is the first ever rundown here on YouTube.com, and I would like to tell each and every one of you, do not forget to like, do not forget to comment, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like and comment for this video, just like you've had in the past for my live streams. Now then, let's get straight into the matches, shall we? So, the pre-show match was announced a couple of days ago, I believe, and it is going to be Aiden English versus Tye Dillinger again. Now, I can see a lot of people are expressing their displeasure, saying that Tye really deserves better. But, in all honesty, I am not complaining too much, mainly because it's still the beginning stages of Tye Dillinger's main roster debut. Or not debut, rather, run, I want to say. It's still the beginning stages of Tye Dillinger's main roster run, number one. Number two, we all know he's going to win, and he can go undefeated on pay-per-view. He'll be on a 2-0 streak on pay-per-view. It's a good way to get the crowd hyped up. We all know Philly. We all know Philly's going to be hot for Tye Dillinger, including myself, because I'm going to be in Philly for BattleGround. So, obviously, the betting odds have read Tye Dillinger, and that's what I'm going for. Tye Dillinger is going to get his second pay-per-view win over Aiden English, hopefully go into a noteworthy feud at SummerSlam, and then the rest is history. That basically covers the pre-show. Anyway, let's move on to the main show. This match was also announced a couple of days ago, and Mike Kanellis will battle Sami Zayn in a rematch from SmackDown Live. I'm glad that Sami Zayn is getting pay-per-view time like he deserves. Mike Kanellis is getting his first ever pay-per-view match in the WWE. And this could go either way. As far as I see it, this can really go either way. Mainly because, number one, Mike Kanellis has already won his debut. Number two, Mike Kanellis could win again to have him, what's the word that I'm looking for? To have him become recognized by the fans as a credible opponent, probably for, future opponents, maybe even in a championship match. Or number three, Sami Zayn could get his redemption. I'm thinking it's going to be number three, because you could go either way here. It could either be Sami Zayn or Mike Kanellis. But as far as my prediction goes, I'm going to go with Sami Zayn. I believe Sami Zayn needs a pay-per-view win. Hopefully, he's given something noteworthy to do for SummerSlam. And I believe that he's going to be the correct man to take the United States title off of AJ Styles, which should happen probably around Survivor Series. AJ, we all know he should have a nice, lengthy title reign, just like he had with the World Championship. But as far as tonight goes, it's going to be Sami Zayn. No, excuse me, not tonight. Rather, tomorrow night, it is going to be Sami Zayn. let's dive into our first ever championship match, and it is going to be the Usos defending their SmackDown Live Tag Team titles against the New Day for the second time. First time was at Money in the Bank, and the Usos walked out. Now, though cage side seats have reported that there is to be no championship title changes at BattleGround, I have seen some of the betting odds, and they have said that the New Day are scheduled to win the match. So what does this in turn? This could turn out to be a disqualification finish or a countout finish. Then possibly they could have their third and final match at SummerSlam, which will ultimately end in the New Day becoming champions. Either that, or the betting odds are completely wrong, completely false, and the Usos are going to retain by pinfall or submission. My best idea was to have the Usos retain by a countout, not by a countout, by a pinfall originally at Money in the Bank, which would then set up a rematch at BattleGround, and then have the New Day take the titles off the Usos. But apparently they flip-flopped everything, had the Usos lose the match via countout, but not lose the championships. Again, making these two guys who've been built up over the past 7 months to be monster heels, and WWE just takes them and says, screw it, we're going to have them lose via countout, but keep the championships, because that's what heels do. That's not what heels do. You notice I'm wearing a Kevin Owens shirt? That's not what Kevin Owens did. Kevin Owens walked in on his first night on the main roster and defeated John Cena. He defeated John Cena, and then what do you do? What do you do? A little bit over a year later, you have him win the Universal Championship, and then he never, ever defended it on his own. There always has to be some screwy finish, whether it be with Jericho, Braun Strowman, countout, disqualification. Something happened. The only reason why I let it slide is because it's Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens is, without a doubt, the perfect definition of a heel champion. A heel superstar, and a heel champion in general. You see what he did with his Face of America gimmick? A Canadian holding the United States Championship. They basically have that with every international superstar that won the United States Championship. That was a heel. They did it with Rusev. They did it with Kevin Owens. They've done it in the past with, I believe, the Un-Americans. If one of the Un-Americans ever won the United States title in the past, I do not know. But I'm assuming they have done it with someone else of the Un-Americans before. But we're kind of getting off track here. As far as tomorrow night goes, I'm going to have to go with the Usos. Cage side seats, of course, is a very, 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 very reliable WWE source and a reliable wrestling source in general. So I'm going to go with the Usos to retain some way, somehow, whether it be by pinfall, submission, disqualification, or countout. The Usos are going to remain SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions because they deserve to remain champions, and it's the most logical decision. So that's that. Now then, let's dive into the Fatal 5-Way #1 Contenders match, which is an elimination match. And the winner will go on to face Naomi at SummerSlam. The competitors are Tamina Snuka, Natalya, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and of course Lana, although I do not know why Lana is even in this match, because nobody considers her a credible opponent to anyone. Hornswoggle would be a more credible opponent to any other championship than Lana as of right now, since she lost 3 championship matches to Naomi, 2 of which were squash matches. But, of course, the land of opportunity. It's kind of getting a little annoying when the same person has had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity and they can't get the job done. 2 opportunities of which were squash matches. But I'm beginning to sound like a broken record here. As far as the match goes, I believe this should be a good match. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match was a fantastic match. And, of course, we all know how eliminations are going to go. Lana, obviously, should be taken out at the beginning. Get her out of here. She's not going to amount to anything. You've completely killed Lana off. I have zero confidence that Lana will amount to anything on SmackDown Live. But as far as the match goes, should be good. And I'm expecting it to come down to Becky Lynch and Charlotte. Considering what happened on SmackDown Live, I believe that was a little preview of what we're going to get at BattleGround tomorrow night. And I'm going to go with Charlotte to come out the winner. Charlotte, we all know she had a SmackDown Live Tag Team title opportunity back on the April 26th or 27th show of SmackDown Live. I do not remember the exact date of the show, but I know it was at the end of April. She had a title opportunity that was thwarted by Carmella, Natalya, and Tamina. Then they were known as the Welcoming Committee. So obviously they've been building up Charlotte to be a credible babyface, so to speak. And now they are finally going to have her fight for the SmackDown Women's Championship at SummerSlam against Naomi. And Naomi is going to lose the championship to Charlotte. And Charlotte is going to have a nice lengthy reign with the SmackDown Women's Championship, possibly going into the Royal Rumble. At least that's the way I see it. That is the way I see it. But it should be a good match. Moving on, we got Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin. Now, this match, I'm going to call this right down the middle, and I'm going to claim this match is going to be the show stealer. I have enjoyed the build for this match a lot. Mainly because it was something new, it felt organic, and it was simple. That's the thing that WWE lacks. It's simplistic booking. And a lot of people have stated that in the past before. A lot of people, not just people like me, not just nobodies like me, but a lot of credible news sources have stated that WWE lacks in simplistic booking. So, in turn, this feud was built upon the fact that Baron Corbin just does not give a shit about anyone but himself. That is a perfect way to start a feud. Baron Corbin just doesn't give a crap about anyone. He end of days Shinsuke Nakamura on SmackDown Live. Shinsuke Nakamura then gets the better of him the SmackDown Live before Money in the Bank. He attacks Nakamura before the match at Money in the Bank. And him and Nakamura, they spend weeks and weeks building up tensions. They have a match on SmackDown, or a supposed match. Shinsuke Nakamura interrupts Corbin. He attacks Corbin, and then the match is set for BattleGround. I've enjoyed the build, and I am very much looking forward to this match. I am really looking forward to how they will work together. Because Baron Corbin in his own right, he has improved so much. He is Mr. Money in the Bank, and he basically has a very, very fun moveset. Baron Corbin has a lot of great moves. Since he added this one move, the choke slam backbreaker. I'm not sure when he added that to his arsenal, but he's got a choke slam backbreaker. He's got the deep six. He's got a falcon arrow. He's got that sliding clothesline. He slides under the post, slides back in, hits a clothesline. He's got the end of days. And we all know Nakamura, he is a very, very dangerous striker. The most dangerous striker in the game. He's got nasty knees, he's got nasty fists and forearms, and we know that Kinshasa knee strike is deadly. So we know this match is going to be good, and I believe it is going to be the show stealer. As far as the outcome, I'm going to go ahead and state that Shinsuke Nakamura is going to come out on top. Because number one, Shinsuke Nakamura needs the win. Number two, Baron Corbin can take a loss mainly because he's Mr. Money in the Bank, and he's already got bigger and better things planned for him. And mainly, they're laying out the seeds. They're laying out a path, and the seeds are being planted for Baron Corbin to cash in at SummerSlam. I can feel it. I can sense it. That Baron Corbin is going to walk out of SummerSlam with the WWE Championship. How they are going to do that, I do not know. Only time will tell. But as far as tomorrow night goes, Shinsuke Nakamura is going to come out on top. I expect a Kinshasa to Baron Corbin, a 1-2-3 Nakamura with another big win on pay-per-view. Next, let's dive into another championship match, shall we? We have the rematch between AJ Styles and Kevin Owens. We all know this one is also going to be a great match, mainly because Kevin Owens and AJ Styles, they work very well together. They are, without a doubt, the hardest working men on SmackDown Live. Those two, without a doubt, work their asses off night in and night out to make SmackDown Live a must-see show. Now, I originally thought that Kevin Owens would still be United States Champion by now, as did all of you, and AJ Styles would be the one to take the title off of Owens at BattleGround. Fortunately, that was not the case, and AJ Styles took the title off of Owens at a live event in MSG. But I'm not against that now, because it's over, it's done with, it's in the past, and I know the reason why they did it. I don't agree with the reason why they did it, but I understand why they did it. So now this is painfully obvious that AJ Styles is going to retain, move on to bigger and better things at SummerSlam. Who he's facing at SummerSlam, I do not know. And the ideas of Cena and Nakamura have been thrown around. But if you have Cena face AJ for the United States Championship at SummerSlam, where does that leave Jinder Mahal? Where does that leave Mahal? You're going to have Mahal face Kevin Owens, you're going to have Mahal face Nakamura, you're going to have Mahal face Ziggler or Zayn. I mean, like, put it this way. If you're having Sami Zayn compete for the top prize, good for you. Good for you. I'm all for that. I'm not sure if he's going to come out on top. I mean, unless they have Sami beat Corbin and then have Baron Corbin, or excuse me, if they have Sami beat Mahal and then have Corbin come in, cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase on Sami Zayn, and you could build a feud around Corbin and Zayn. I would not be against that, but I'm not sure if that's the correct way to go about things. I think the correct way to go about things is to have John Cena face Mahal. Baron Corbin does what Seth Rollins did at WrestleMania, cashes in the middle of the match, makes it a triple threat match. Corbin pins Cena with the end of days and becomes champion. Meanwhile, Nakamura goes into a match with AJ Styles for the United States Championship, and he loses. Then you could have Nakamura build up a comeback story, win the Royal Rumble. AJ Styles is WWE Champion. You could have Nakamura finally beat AJ at WrestleMania, this time for the WWE Championship. It's a good storyline, played out, but I'm not sure if they're going to go that route. But as far as BattleGround goes, AJ Styles is going to come out on top with the United States Championship. It's going to be a fantastic match. So, don't worry. You're going to get your money's worth as far as that match goes. Next on the card, we got Cena making his pay-per-view return, and he's facing off against Rusev in a flag match. Now, at first, I did not agree with this, mainly because you're just bringing John Cena back to defeat Rusev yet again, and you're just kind of pushing Rusev off to the side. But now that I think about it, I guess this is not a bad return match for Cena nor Rusev. Mainly because these two, they know each other, they're very comfortable working with each other, and a lot of things could come out of this. A lot of people are saying that Rusev may come out with the upset. There's a lot of people throwing that idea around, but I'm not sure how true it really is. But as far as the end result goes, it should be a decent match, and I believe that John Cena is going to come out on top, and he should go on to SummerSlam to face Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship. It only makes the most sense. That makes the most sense as far as I see it. And now the main event, the Punjabi Prison Match between Jinder Mahal and Randy Orton, the final encounter. And it is for the WWE Championship. This is only the third ever Punjabi Prison Match contested in WWE. Now, Randy Orton and Jinder had a decent promo back on SmackDown Live a couple of days ago. I'm not really sure how this match is going to turn out. I mean, it'll probably turn out better for me because I'm going to be there live and I'm going to see the Punjabi Prison in all of its glory, if you want to call it that and all that. But I'm not sure how good the match is really going to be. It should be a decent match. The past two matches that they had were decent. They were decent. I will get that out there. They were decent. They served their purposes, and I thought this feud would have been over after Money in the Bank. But apparently they're continuing it one more time, mainly because Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers disrespected Randy Orton's family right in front of his face in his hometown. So, this is also painfully obvious. A lot of the matches on the show may be painfully obvious, but that does not take away from the wrestling quality that each and every competitor on the show possesses. So I'm going to go ahead and be optimistic about this match. And I'm going to go ahead and say that Jinder Mahal, like we all know, is going to come out on top. I would like to see a big spot from off the Punjabi prison. I would like to see Jinder Mahal follow up on his promise and Kalash bomb Randy Orton right off the Punjabi prison. I would like to see that. That would probably get a cheap pop. But nevertheless, that wraps up this edition of the Rundown for Battleground. I would like to thank each and every one of you who tuned into this video. As I said in the beginning of the video, like, comment, subscribe, do all that. Do not forget to follow me on Instagram at ddog316. Do not forget to follow me on the best damn Twitter handle known to mankind at #1 WWE fan. Do not forget, if you missed the Lightning Flash update from yesterday, you have a chance to check that out right now. Do not forget to tune in to the Rundown for WWE SummerSlam, which will be streaming live. Well, not streaming live, excuse me. Not streaming live. It will be up probably the day before SummerSlam or the day of SummerSlam. And I'm thinking about doing a preview, predictions, and analysis rundown for NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. Because why the hell not? It's NXT. It's the best brand that WWE has to offer. But nevertheless, once again, thank you for joining, and do not forget to keep a close eye out for the Eye of the Storm. I promise you, I promise each and every one of you, I will get that WCW and WWE superstar on this channel. Because like I said, you never know where I'm going to show up and who I might bring along. Nevertheless, I'm the one and only DJ Storms, and this has been The Rundown. I'll catch you guys later.